Good morning, or good afternoon, actually. We're here after the lunchtime has begun. So I am Moira Barnes, and I'm coming to you live as part of my 12 sales tips in 12 days in the run up to Christmas. Today is day 4 of those lives, and the reason I'm doing these lives is I just want to share some really simple selling techniques, not tricks. We don't do tricks in sales. They're tips and they're techniques if you want a T&T, and they're just to help you sell smarter in 2023. So sometimes at Christmas you might have the opportunity to take a bit of time to work on your business. There might be a lull between Christmas and New Year, so take that time, watch back these videos. I'm keeping them brief, short, because I realize that everybody's really busy at this time of the year, and I want these to be tips that you can implement very, very easily. So today's subject matter is the pros and cons of offering discounts, and I love talking about this one when I do different workshops with people, because it is very easy to get yourself into a discount mindset, which can be detrimental to your business. It can be helpful, but it can be detrimental to your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk for a few minutes. If you want to drop me a line, if you've got any questions about this, then I can come back to you and answer those. You can message me at moira@moirabarnes.com, nice and simple, and I'll get back to you. Also, if you've got any ideas for any future quick lives for me to do, if you've got any questions about sales that I can offer a quick solution, then please reach out and let me know what that is as well. So the pros and cons of offering discounts. As we find ourselves at the end of 2022, entering a recession, it's been, we've known that this was coming. It could be the result of lots of different things. We won't go into the politics of why we're entering a recession, but it can be very tempting to look at your sales and see that your sales have dropped, or worry about where your sales are going to come for 2023, and think, right, I'm going to come up with a discount strategy. Now, that's fine if you do come up with a strategy that's had real thought into it, and you understand the pros and cons of what that could deliver for you. And if you've got a very solid base for having a discount strategy, then that's great. Go for it. But I want today to tell you about what are the good things and what are the bad things about. We'll start with the bad things. What are the bad things about sharing discounts? So in 2008, I was working in media, so I worked at Hearst UK, who produced magazines like Best, Reveal back in there. That doesn't exist anymore. Prima, Good Housekeeping, Elle, all those different women's magazines, as well as Men's Health, and Esquire men's magazines as well. So in 2008, and magazine advertising was still quite a big industry. We've moved on now, and media is all media, isn't it? Online media is very much here, and very important to any kind of advertising strategy that you might have. But I digress. So 2008, working at Hearst UK, and we did have the crash happen. So the housing market crashed. The Lehman Brothers went into administration, crashed. It was a global crash around the world, and we went into recession. And I can remember sitting in one of the board meetings, one of the directors meetings, with our chief executive officer, and her talking about, what this could potentially be. Was it going to be a double recession? I think she described it as like a W. So we'd go into recession, we'd recover, and then we'd go immediately into another one and then recover. So we carried on working, and yes, there were clients that needed to pull their budgets, so it did make life a little bit harder, but there were clients out there that really did need our services. So those big clients that still needed to sell those fast moving consumer goods, they had their advertising budgets. They wanted their advertising budgets to work harder for them. Definitely that happened, but we survived it. We came out of that 2008 recession. So it's quite hard to believe, I'd heard before about all the recessions, the crashes that had happened in the 90s and the 80s. We do have these things do happen on a regular basis, but thankfully there's been a big gap. So here we are in 2022. And we're in that situation again. So the immediate thing that people want to do is that, we're going to discount. Back in 2008, the the brand that I specifically remember doing that discount structure. So they did it from a place of helping people out. We want you to still go out and enjoy yourself. And so Pizza Express, that really well-known brand, Pizza Express, did a discount strategy, which was buy one meal, get one free. But they did it so often, so it wasn't, I think in the beginning it might have been limited to certain days, but then it became just the norm that people, certainly myself, we would only go to Pizza Express if we knew that we were going to get the 2 for 1 deal. And so it became the norm for them, and it obviously ate into their profits quite considerably. Pizza Express, they've survived, so they're still a brand today, which is great, but they have gone into administration. They did go into administration after that recession. They've been bought out by companies that put them further into debt. I do believe now that they have been bought by a company that means that they've not got any debts. So they're not as profitable as they were, but that really affected them. That discount strategy that they had backfired because people would not go and spend their money in Pizza Express unless they were getting the 2 for 1 deal, unless they were getting some kind of discount, unless they were getting something kind of for free. Today, bring it to today, and actually, what's just been recently happening is another quite well-known brand, Joules. So Joules clothing, lots of people might know that. It's a brand that I like. They've just got into administration. They've been bought out by Next, so they're going to still exist. But you can imagine that real flux and that real stress of going into administration. And one thing I would say, I don't know the ins and outs of it all, but one thing I would say is that they, again, had become a brand that I would only shop at if I knew that I'd get a discount. So we don't have a shop near us here, but in Keswick, in the Lake District, which we visit quite a bit, there's a shop there. And we'd arrive on a Friday and I'd go down to see if there were any offers on in Joules. And if there weren't on the Friday, I would leave it, because 8 times out of 10, I'd go back on a Saturday and they'd be offering a 25% off discount for that day, for that weekend. And so I'd make sure that I only really bought any clothes from Joules when they were discounted. So again, it became a brand that was not getting me to spend money on full price items. I think they sold way too many coats because there was too many coats to choose from. So as a result of, I think, that panic of we need to get more sales, will discount. The discounting happened too often. Now they've been bought by Next, who are notorious for not having sales, or for having very specific sales. So it'll be interesting to see how that model works, whether the Joules model will alter in any way, or whether it will mirror that of Next. So Next will only do the sales at the VIP events at Christmas and the VIP event in the summer, where the shops open at 5 a.m. in the morning. I've never done that myself, and you can only go at 5 a.m. if you get a VIP invite. So they discount, but they make that discount very specific. So it'll be an interesting one to watch. So the cons of offering discounts too often is that you'll become a brand that people will only shop at you if you are discounting when they are actually wanting to shop, or they'll go online to find a discount code, which again is something that was is and still is a really big thing, is to go and offer discounts, go and look for discount codes. I know I'm a terrible online shopper. For anybody that has an online business, I'm probably not your ideal customer, because I will go and I will put items into my shopping basket, and I will then there will always be a box saying, do you have a discount code, which will then send me off into a spiral, into a hyper focus of trying to find a discount code, and then I'll forget to go back and actually buy the item. So that's just something to bear in mind. But then you can always have those reminders, you've left something in your shopping basket, here's a discount to shop. And then invariably, if you're like me, you'll go back to shop and forget to put in that new discount code. And so you may as well have just gone and bought the item 24, 48 hours before, when you originally had it in your basket. So they're the cons of offering a discount. But the pros of offering a discount is it's a really good opportunity to get new clients. So maybe limit your discount strategy to just those new clients, or it could be that you can offer them discounts on their birthday. So when you're capturing your information about your client, is it a case of you find out what their birthday is, and then you offer them a birthday discount for the month of their birthday, for example, or if you don't want to limit it just to the day of their birthday. What I would rather people did is have that very specific strategy. Like Next have that you only do sales at very specific times. You only discount at specific times. And I think the other way of getting people on board to buy your products, to buy your services, is to offer added value. So offering added values, for example, if you're a coach, there's a really great, if you don't know about it, I recommend finding out about it. There's a great app called Voxer. It's called a walkie-talkie app. And there are some coaches that just deliver their coaching on this platform completely. So that's an option for you to do. But Voxer is a really good way of adding some value to your packages so that the client, they genuinely are getting something extra. And when you put added value into any packages that you do, I want it to be something that is an easy win for you, or is an easy to implement added value for you, but it offers something of a great deal of value to your client. So the Voxer app is a great example, because what that is that if you're a coach and you've got a coaching client, it offers them access to you outside of the coaching sessions. So they can send you a walkie-talkie message that you can either pick up straight away or pick up when you're able to. You can then go back to them with the answer to their question or with a bit of advice, and you're not getting yourself into a situation where you're firing emails backwards and forwards to each other and it's taking a lot of your time up. Or equally, if they get you into a phone call, they might then think, oh, and there's another thing I want to ask, and you end up spending a lot of time on that one person, which obviously that kind of the cost versus value begins to change. But with the Voxer app, it just allows you to do things very quickly. It offers some really great value to your client, and it can be a way of drawing people in and saying to them, look, I'm not going to discount, but what I can offer is you can have unlimited Voxer support for the month that we're working. During my working hours, not at the weekends, I'll get back to you within 24 hours. So set up your boundaries, set up the rules by which that can be used. So that's just an example for if you're a service-based business. As I say, if you're a product-based business, I think offering added value where you get entered into competitions is a really good way of getting people on board. That if they finish their transaction by a certain time, then they'll be entered into a competition to win something. People love competitions. Or doing that, birthday discount or new client discount, or even when they've made a first purchase with you, then popping into the package that they receive from you a thank you for becoming a customer. Please come and shop with us again. Here's a discount code for your next purchase. So those kind of that kind of discounting strategy works where it's very limited. But if you get into the habit and the spiral during this uncertain time of offering discounts all the time, you'll find you might come a little bit unstuck. So if you are going to discount, really have a strong strategy about what it is, how long it's going to last for, when is the cutoff point, and you're not going to extend that for people. So you'll get people saying, oh, I just missed out on getting that discount that you sent out. You've got to be quite strict with yourself, and look at the bigger picture of, you don't want to be seen as just a discount brand. So that's my tip for today, is making sure that you've got a really strong strategy for if you do discounting. And if you can at all costs, I think I would rather you went down that added value route rather than the discount route, because I think that helps people appreciate the value of what it is that you do. So that is all from today. What I would like to say is, if you found this useful today, then please do share the video if you think this is going to help anybody else in your network, and let them know that I am going live every day. So tomorrow's subject is going to be, I'm trying to remember what tomorrow's live is going to be. Let me just have a look. Customer conversations that convert, how we get people to become our customers. So having those really great conversations with them. I'm possibly going to do it a little bit earlier in the day. Lots of Christmas events going on, so I might go a little bit earlier tomorrow, but look out for that being scheduled on whichever platform you're joining me from today. But thank you very much, and I wish you all a really good day.